Ivan on Tech talks about Pulsechain and he talks about why it's going to succeed. And no one really says what he says in this video. I was listening this morning, but I'm telling you right now, he hit the nail on the head. I have been telling everyone that would listen to me when Pulsechain comes up. First of all, I said, I don't know if it's going to launch or not. I mean, let's be honest. We've been waiting on this thing for a long time. Seems like it's coming and it's going to come soon. I genuinely believe Pulsechain is going to be successful. Ivan on Tech says this morning why he believes Pulsechain will be successful. And I thought it was incredible to hear from someone who's kind of a technical guy. He's very technical. It's one of the reasons I like listening to him. But the other thing that he says in this video is he gives a little bit of credibility to the delay, just a little bit, at least the more recent delays. And me personally, not being a developer, I didn't know if there was any truth to the delay. You just wonder, like, what the heck is going on at this point? Why is it taking so long? And it's one thing to hear Richard Hart say it, but it's another to hear a credible developer publicly say, hey, this part is going to take a really long time. Let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say first, and then I'll give you my take on it.
We do have news from Pulsechain, which is getting closer and closer to launch. This is going to be important. Why? Number one, I have sacrificed. So that's why, to me, this is a personal news update that
I think that's incredible, first of all, to hear that he's sacrificed. Ivan on Tech knew about Hex, and he didn't go into Hex. And the reason he knew about it is because the Hex community shielded his live streams forever. He knew about it and didn't go into Hex. But he's heard about Pulsechain, and he's made a decision to go into Pulsechain. And he's literally saying publicly, I have sacrificed. That alone is a little bit of a pump of mental, but let's talk about, he talks about why he decided to sacrifice.
I'm keeping an eye on. Let me know if you've sacrificed for Pulsechain.
Yes, I have.
But number two, like, the community is crazy. The reason why I am updating on Pulsechain, and why personally I'm excited, is not necessarily because of the tech, because tech-wise, it's gonna be like fast ETH, which we have many of. Like, we have Arbitrum, we have Optimism, we have this and that. Like, it's a million of them. But
did you hear what he said? He said the reason I'm excited is because of the crazy community. It's not the tech.
The community is on the other level, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy. It's crazy. So when you look at the different blockchains, whether it's Ethereum, Optimism, Binance Chain, what is the difference? There's no difference. It's EVM, smart contracts. It's exactly like everything else. The only thing that is different is the community. That's where you actually can have an advantage. And whenever you look at a blockchain like Polygon, let's say, people are not really loyal to Polygon. Like, no one really cares about Polygon in the same way that people on Pulse care about Pulse.
I want you to understand something here that he's saying. The tech is not the most important aspect. We need good tech. We need good innovation. We need good tools. We need a good backbone. But something that Ivan gets, and by the way, anyone who's built a YouTube channel to 491,000 subscribers understands how important marketing is. Richard Hart, part of his genius is being provocative. Part of his genius is being a little bit divisive and recognizing that he needs to be provocative. He needs to be a little bit strange, a little bit different. Because what's happened is he's had an entire community come around him and really get invested in this. Hex, a lot of people made a ton of money with Hex. Some people lost money, but most people who were in early made a lot of money with Hex, and they are insanely loyal to Hex. This is important. Two things you need. You need marketing and you need community. And community naturally will do your marketing. Any of you that are familiar with Andrew Tate, for example, it really is part of the key to his success. He just did it far better than anybody in current modern time. There's a similarity to how Richard Hart has built a community in crypto that is insanely loyal, insanely passionate. That's what you need. Why? Because when Pulsechain launches, sure, it's going to be fast ETH. The other thing that he doesn't say in this video is I think the airdrop that they're going to do, it's going to help grow the community because it's going to attract other people to Pulsechain as well. I genuinely believe that. A lot of people are like, oh, there's going to be an airdrop and everybody's going to take their free coins and run. I don't necessarily think that's true, and some of them are going to stick around. In order for any project to succeed, it needs to have good marketing, and people need to be aware. Marketing creates awareness. It's the only way. And it needs to have good community, people that feel loyal to it. No one feels loyal to, like he said, to Polygon. Nobody really feels loyal to Arbitrum. No matter how much tech is there, there's no loyalty. When there's no loyalty, the chain becomes a commodity. It's all about who's got the cheapest gas fees. Now, personally, I've invested into Pulse X more than Pulse. Pulse X, my understanding, is going to be the gas fees for their exchange. I love investing gas fees that are going to be that have a limited supply and are going to be burned. Similar, if you saw my video right here on Shibarium on the Bone token, I'll link it above if you haven't seen it. One of the reasons I'm bullish on the Bone token is because it's going to be it's already a fully diluted market cap token that's getting burned. Same thing with Pulse X. But I think it's incredible to hear Ivan on Tech saying this, and I think it's important for people to hear this because this is a technical guy who is saying tech doesn't matter as much. He's not saying it doesn't matter, by the way. He's saying it doesn't matter as much. And what he's excited about is the crazy community that turns a lot of people off. Honestly, it turns me off sometimes. I've not been covering it because it's difficult for me to hang out with that community because they're literally drinking the Kool-Aid every single day. But I promise you, if you want a project that you're investing with to succeed, one of the key factors is that they have an incredibly passionate community. By the way, nothing in this video is financial advice. Let's go ahead. He says something else here. I want you to hear this.
Let's say you're an application on Polygon. I mean, you could move to Arbitrum. It's a few lines of code, redeploy all contracts, bridge the assets. It's very easy to do, actually. So we're gonna see how it will play out. But that's why I personally am very excited. But
he's saying from a fundamental perspective, the community is very, very important. And fundamental is really a word that Richard Hart, in large part, coined that just talks about factors that can cause the price to go up.
The good thing that Richard is doing now is that he's updating on what's happening. And he's really sharing all the struggles, all the problems. And right now they're syncing the node, which is very difficult, by the way.
And you can go watch this full video. I'll make sure I link it above for you. He goes on to talk about that when you're syncing a node, how time intensive it is. It takes a lot of time to sync the blockchain. And he's pulling that information directly from Richard Hart's. I didn't realize I wasn't even following Richard Hart. But I definitely recommend if you're Impulse that you follow Richard Hart. I'll leave this video if you want to watch it. It starts at about the 18-minute mark if you want to hear what he has to say in its entirety regarding Pulse. And he talks about it for several minutes. I want to give you a little bit of what I do, how I invest in these projects. In a brand new project, I'm not trying to go in and knock the largest possible home run I can. It's about getting myself to a risk-free position. So when Pulse launches or Pulse X launches, my goal when it goes up 2 times, 3 times, I'll start considering pulling out my initial investment. Maybe if it goes up 3 times, I'll pull out 1.5 of my initial investment, meaning I'll make a 50% return at that point. And then I've already made money on my money, and I'm going to sit it out and ride it to wherever it goes. And if it that way, I don't have any stress how high it goes. I don't care. Too many people in crypto are trying to always swing for the fence. And when you do that, more often than not, you get burned. It's really about having powder dry for another day. Yesterday, I put up a video talking about copy trading. In that video, I talked about how this month I've earned about $554 so far copy trading. You can go check this out, by the way. I'll put this link in the description. And I'll put the video link as well up in the cards. But I talked about how I did $554 copy trading. I copy trade. I sell options on the blockchain. I do typical trading as well, so my own trading. And I'm investing primarily in passive income projects. There's 2 reasons. When you say, okay, but Wealth, where does Hex or Pulse or Pulsechain or even the Bone token, where do these projects fit in? Whenever you're investing in altcoins, there's something that I absolutely hate, and that is sitting on the sidelines waiting. We've literally waited, over 2 years for Pulsechain to launch? When all the hype started, it was just going to be a few months, like 3, 4 months, 5 months, and now we're looking at years. There's nothing more boring, less fun than sitting on the sidelines waiting for a project to launch. The second thing that's not fun is waiting for market adoption, because typically there'll be an initial pump many times, and then the project will just kind of stagnate. The SHIB token, for example, go look at its chart, and look, there was a huge pump, it went down, and then it flatlined, and it kind of went up and went down and flatlined for a long time months and months before it finally started to take off. That's no fun. My whole reason in earning passive income is, well, there's several reasons, by the way. Earning passive income always decreases your risk in crypto when you can take funds off the table, but it also creates a bit of financial security. And I don't necessarily, yes, it can create financial security, like you don't have to worry about money if you grow it big enough, but that I'm talking about more of security as an investor. You've always got a renewable asset to take shots at some of these altcoins. That is one of the number 1 reasons I like earning passive income. I am going to continue to pick up, for example, the Bone token. I am excited and cannot wait for whatever's going to happen on Pulsechain, because here's the thing. when Pulsechain launches, there's going to be a lot of projects launching also on Pulsechain. I genuinely believe that. Why? Because developers want to go where the community is. Developers want people to use it, and there's going to be a ravenous community on Pulsechain. But ladies and gentlemen, cryptocurrency is fun, but you've got to be safe. This technology is incredible, and this technology, without a doubt, is going to transform the world. If you love cryptocurrency and you love earning passive income with cryptocurrency, and you believe this technology is going to transform the world, do me a favor, go down to the description, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and click all. Before we wrap up, I want to give you a quick channel update, a little bit of production notes. I do have an interview that we're working on getting scheduled for Layer 1X. I'm very excited about that project launching as well. They're basically in pre-launch mode right now. I'm getting someone from the team. They're going to be on the channel. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that video up later this week. I should get the interview done this week for sure. Also, I've got some more content coming out about the Bone token. Those of you that are following me on my crypto wealth copy trading journey, just know the very next video is going out to you guys. It's an exclusive video where I'm going to show you right here specifically how I pick the traders that I'm going to copy, the ones I'm going to follow. And I'm also going to show you exactly which traders I'm currently following right now. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out.